we are at $240,500.
Good Lord.
Yes.
It is a monster. What is the monster?
Unfortunately, it's a lot of credit cards, student loans. It's a HELOC and 401k loan, as well as two car payments.
You never met a debt you didn't like.
No, and unfortunately not.
What's your income? What's the income?
Our salary wise is $151,600. I broke it down to what our yearly is. Should be roughly $99,840.
Okay. Okay. So it sounds like you guys. I'm just trying to get my head around how this happened. It sounded like you felt like you were making a good income and it was time to just go crazy. Is that right?
The credit cards is the biggest issue.
How much is that?
Unfortunately, of the credit cards, $46,962 as of last month.
Okay.
We got the
how much on the cars?
The cars itself, my car is $28,700.
Okay.
My wife's is $21,000, and mine's due to be paid off in 4 years. Hers is due to be paid off in 3 years.
Well, one of them's probably got to go. The $28,000 one, what's it worth?
I'm not entirely sure. It's a 21 Kia Sorento. It's more of the family car. She has the more gas-efficient car.
What does she have?
A Nissan Altima.
Well, whatever one of these is the least upside down and of the most value, I'd probably try to liquidate one and get into a cash car.
So, John, I don't really care if it's the family car. You people are broke. You're starving to death making $150,000 a year. You don't get to say it's the family car. You get to say everything's on the table. We're selling so much stuff the kids think they're next. We're not doing anything until we get this mess cleaned up. Because you guys have been spending like you're in Congress for what, 10? How long you been married, 10 years?
4 years.
4 years?
Oh, my gosh. You guys did this in 4 years? Or did you get started early?
Well, I mean, the student loans is all my stuff.
How much is that?
But
how much student loan?
Unfortunately, $80,000.
Okay. Well, that is the biggest portion, not the credit cards.
And then the HELOC.
HELOC is how much?
The HELOC is $46,000.
Okay.
And that was just this past year.
Okay. Well, what'd you do with that?
Which unfortunately helped us pay off a bunch of credit cards.
No, you didn't. You moved them.
It helped us consolidate them, I should say.
Yeah, you moved them onto your house.
And it didn't help you consolidate them. It put your home at risk.
Yeah.
So it's not a help.
And you didn't stop spending. You're still spending more than you make, right?
I would say yes.
Yeah.
Have you cut up the credit cards?
Nope.
No, unfortunately not.
Okay.
I own myself. I'll use mine primarily for work related, which I know, Dave, I've heard you talk about before. I've expressed to my work they should get us all credit cards so we don't have to use ours. Hopefully we can get that approved so I can stop using mine when I travel.
Apparently that's not working for you. You have $46,000 in credit card debt and a HELOC that's $46,000. So it's basically $90,000 in credit card debt. So something's broken with that system. Would you agree?
Yes.
You don't end up $90,000 in credit card debt when something's working. So no use of plastic is going to be okay in your house. You guys have to go cold turkey. Mm-hmm. You don't walk around with a flask in your back pocket if you're trying to quit drinking. And so, man,
how much?
Wow.
Just curious for the work part, because I want to know how much of that is an excuse. How much are you putting on your credit card every month for work?
I mean, it's not that much. The
one
of the card that's got the biggest amount, I take the full blame for it of putting miscellaneous stuff. But that
had nothing to do with work. Yeah.
My point is, if you're spending a little bit here or there for work and they're reimbursing you, who care? You don't need a credit card for that. So you shouldn't be doing that. But
let's reset here for a second. Does this scare you?
Yes, because it's continual, and I would love for, as a family wise, we would be better off with financially. And the credit cards, I look at as it's one of the scariest things.
Okay.
But
it's scary. It's not the math is not scary. What's scary is the pattern of being out of control and staying out of control. That's what scares me. It's not sustainable. You know this is heading towards the wall, and you're going to T-bone the wall and just blow the whole thing up, right? You know that's what's coming. Because you guys just continue the same pattern. That's you can't get out of a hole by digging out the bottom, right? I mean, so now how's your wife feeling?
We're both just as stressed with it.
Okay. Are y'all fighting about this stuff?
We try to talk about it, and she gets stressed and doesn't want to talk about it.
Y'all are fighting about this.
I'm just
you would be weird if you're not having a bunch of fights, because this stuff it's the number one cause of divorce in North America. It's the number one cause of disagreement in marriage. This is money problems and money fights, and you got them all up and around your ears. Mm-hmm. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to help you. I want to give you an overarching plan. I've been where you are, except worse. And I remember being terrified, and I remember my wife being terrified, and I remember us trying to kill each other, and I don't want that for you, okay? But the plan I'm going to give you does not have a middle ground. It is not an easy process. The result is 100%. You're going to win, and you're going to become a millionaire. But the path to get there is painful, because you guys have a series of behaviors, habits, and even language that you use in your own heads and at each other that has got to completely change. Because your behaviors, your habits, and the language you use around this stuff, as soon as I start talking about the car, you start talking, it's a family car. As if it's a non-starter. It's not a non-starter. It's a stupid car, and your family's almost bankrupt. It's the enemy. It's not the family car, okay? So you change your vernacular around this, and you go, anything that is between me and freedom is the enemy. We are going to freaking war with our lifestyle and our former patterns of doing things. We are not going to do this anymore. If you're ready to enter into that, I can show you how to do it. If you want to play around and think there's a math trick to hack you out of this, you got the wrong guy. I can't help you.